Nexus made of virtual insanity now always seem to be governed by this love we have for useless twisting of our new technology. Oh, now there is no sound, for we all live on some sort of man-made floating island that contains all of the world's natural resources. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Bad Game Hall of Fame. I'm Charky. With me here tonight is Johnny Baghead.
Hello.
And joining us for Virtua Quest is Cassidy.
Better run home to mama now. It's about time you put the one Virtua Fighter fan on the commentary for this. I was away.
Yeah.
I couldn't be on. I wanted to be on. I want to be here. I'm happy to be here. This is a fact I need to bring up every time someone references virtual insanity. Is that, do you know what that song is about? Because this is about one thing, and one thing only.
It's about eugenics.
It's about genetic manipulation, which, yes, like some amount of eugenics in there. It's about the twisting of new technology, and that new technology is specifically like modifying genes of like babies while they're in vitro.
Yeah.
Strange.
Yeah, well, you know, they're forward thinking, that Jamiroquai. Have you ever listened to like his discography? He's got some good shit. Canned Heat.
Not a single tune outside of virtual insanity.
No, listen to Canned Heat. Listen to Canned Heat, Deeper Underground.
Yeah.
Those are awesome songs. Anyway, that's not what we're here tonight for. We're here tonight for Virtua Quest. Episode 3. So, Cass, I assume you've been watching your own show.
Yes, I have, as a matter of fact. So I am kept up with this.
Yes.
I am contemporaneous with the playthrough where it's at.
Well, you know, just to brief people on what they might have missed last episode. Kind of the same stuff, really. Kind of like we've been spinning our reels, getting Virtua Souls. Judgment Checks keeps showing up. Our best friend who keeps going like, I don't believe you when you say you keep getting attacked by thugs, got his ass knocked out and put into a cage. And now he's like, I'm starting to believe you when you say you're getting attacked by thugs. That's kind of where we've left off. So yeah, actually, you know what? I don't think we need to do that long of a preamble, all things considered. Oh, you know what? I do have more of a preamble now I think about it, because I asked Johnny this question in the first episode. I answered this question in the first episode, but I never asked you this question, Cassidy, at least not for this playthrough. What's your familiarity with Virtua Fighter?
So this is where I confess that for as much as I'm known as the fighting game disliker, there has always been one that I've been somewhat fond of, and that is Virtua Fighter, by merit of the fact that I had a Sega Saturn. I was one of the weirdos who actually thought the Sega Saturn thing was going to take off ahead of the PlayStation, ahead of anything else, and two of the games I had for it were Virtua Fighter, not the remix version, not the improved version, but the original-ass version of Virtua Fighter, and Virtua Fighter 2. And so I wound up playing a lot of those games. And then I proceeded to not buy any of the further console installments. I would just see them in the arcade occasionally, 3 and 4. Actually, no, that's totally a lie. I totally bought 5 on PS3 and played a fair bit of it.
And on Steam.
And on Steam, just because that's how deep my devotion runs. And through all those years, my main has stayed the same. It is Sarah Bryant. She is so cool. So I am a little disappointed that you apparently did Sarah Bryant's first introduction off-screen in this playthrough, because she's kind of what I'm hanging in here for. Well, she's kind of the only thing I can look forward to in this playthrough, because this game don't seem good.
We will see her. I have a little presentation to give before we get started with the game. And, you know, that presentation, of course, is Sharky Stream Snack.
Of course.
So, tonight's stream snack is a sandwich. A deli sliced turkey sandwich that I just had to make because I woke up like less than an hour before I had to get ready for this show. So, you know, mayo, mustard, fried onions had left over from what was it, the holiday? Thanksgiving, that was what it was. And the drink, because I woke up less than an hour before the show and had barely got any sleep today, is a Kirkland's Extra Strength Energy Shot. I will say that it's very expired because Kirkland's, Costco, is a bulk brand, and I am not in my 20s anymore. I cannot have 48 5-hour energies in 1 year.
It's for family, so your child can have their shot of energy in the morning. If you have multiple children, it's perfect for that.
Yeah.
Send them off to school with Did you know that this is weirdo esoteric bit of trivia I happen to have on hand, that lucid dreaming? You're familiar with the concept of lucid dreaming?
Yes.
Apparently, one of the methods, one of the home remedies intended to induce that back in the day that you would see posted on message boards is specifically expired energy drink shot type things. Like, you wait for them to go bad, and somehow in that process, taking it before bed is meant to induce some level of lucid dreaming.
Don't see
I've
how.
never heard that one before.
Don't see how that would work. Like, it's expired by like 6 months, and since they're sealed, that just means like, the caffeine and some of the vitamins in there are going to have like a diminished effect. Like, that's the extent of it.
That
like,
must be it. It must just be like, it's enough to like perk you up to be awake, but in your dream, I guess.
I don't see how, because I'm fucking wired right now. I wouldn't be able to go to bed. Maybe if it was expired like 3 years, in which case that's a botulism waiting to happen or something. I don't know what sickness you would get from 3-year-old 5-hour energy, but I don't think it's one of the ones you walk away from. So, Johnny, what are you having tonight? Actually, you know what? I said that because you were right next to me, but I know this is going to be the easier one. Cass, what are you having tonight?
Well, I've cooked a 12-course meal here. It's going to be brought to me during the course of the show. So let me go through all the... No, I just got my Monster Ultraviolets. Let me get a can open on mic. There we go. I can still pop the mic using that, even with our new configuration.
Well, it didn't super come through. What I do when I pop the mic, because of my my configuration on Discord, is I'm saying shit when it happens. So Discord has no choice but to pick up that can open. Johnny, what are you having?
Today I have a caramel latte and as always water. Going for the healthy option today. I have some fruit and I have a... Let me look at this. Look at the exact name. No, Minnie, you won't eat this. A naked coca hazelnut bar. These are like pressed dates and peanuts made into like a sweet bar. I don't think I would ever eat dates normally, but they surprisingly taste good when they're like made into these like compact sweet fruit and chocolate bars.
I know
most
people,
things are better with chocolate. Yeah.
I have some friends who eat dates, but they're generally tend to be macrofurs who are into vor. Anyway, I think
okay.
I think that'll be it. Sorry. What? Listen, I know we got some in our audience too. Anyway. I wanted to test how laughter would work for our new Discord settings.
Well, great.
I knew that would get you. All
Mission
right.
accomplished.
So, I think that'll do it. That'll do it for Turkey Stream Snack. Anyway, so with that being said, let us move to the 4x3. And before we start with the gameplay, I did have to do grinding off stream as per usual. And one of the things I did was get a bunch of virtuous souls that we missed in our last playthrough. So I made sure to record every one of the interactions and the fights so we could watch it here and, not miss out. So let's get it started. And I do show a little bit of where those items are. So yeah, that was an easy one that I just missed.
Devious.
That is, yeah.
Young one, have you ever wanted to accomplish something so badly that you would give up everything else?
I don't plan.
Including the thing you want to accomplish.
I'm going to give my all to protect
You ever
everyone.
thought about giving up?
Ha! Overconfident, but I understand you. I live in order to perfect the lost art of Ken. I am Lao Chan, I have been awaiting someone who is worthy to challenge my skill. Let us see your conviction.
Now this is Charles Martinet, right?
Is it? Maybe. All right, let's see.
I know
the
he
fight.
does. Now, Sharky,
Yeah.
that was a good fight you put on. That was fast,
Thank you.
expedient,
Yeah.
concise.
Yep.
Yeah, well done.
Very well. You have strength worthy of the Coin Ken.
Also, I mentioned this guy's virtual fighter lore. He's the fighting game archetype where he has a terminal disease that's killing him, yet he is obviously still alive.
Burn
Has never missed a game.
your very eyes.
Yeah,
All right.
Charles Martinet does every Asian character in this game,
So-
by the way.
That is a new floater move. So we have our second one, which was from when we go into this area, we just had to take a right.
I guess Charles Martinet doesn't do Kage, so that's good at least.
Have you ever wished you had power for the sake of others?
Yes. I wish I had power so I could help my friends.
Judgment 6 destroyed my village and abducted my mother.
Wow, that's
Hey,
a
what
real
friends?
downer.
Finding my mother by
Thought we were having a nice conversation.
tournament that they sponsored. However, by then, she had already been turned into one of their humanoid weapons, the Dorals. All I could do was put her to rest.
But anyway, helping out your friend seems good.
Such a high price for your power. Then what have you accomplished in the end? I am Kage-Maru. I continue to fight in the name of my village. Now, I shall test your mettle.
I'm gonna call out to say there, what friends? It's like your goober roommate, and that's it.
Have an easy
Wow,
fight.
Kage went down like a chump.
Yeah.
Are we gonna explain that bit at all, Sharky?
Oh, maybe at the end.
How you use it, it can also save the lives of others.
Don't fade out of me. I'm not done talking.
Wait, let me tell you about what happened to my dad too. No wait, don't fade out on me.
Anyone says Sharky's getting so good at this game. I had to play so much of this.
Jitsu's Rakuyo Senpudan. Learn it well.
Learn how to pronounce it well. So that's a new jump attack. For the most part, most of these moves I'm getting in this, I'm not going to actually use. I'm just showing them here.
I guess the ball move hits him in the air somehow.
There she
Queen!
is.
There she is, yep.
Is your resolve unwavering?
My resolve?
There was a time when I was brainwashed by Judgment 6 to kill my own brother. My brother was able to save me, but sometimes I can still feel what that was like.
Wanting to kill my brother.
Feeling my frustration at that helplessness, I regained my sense of self through fighting. Take another look at yourself and see just how important such resolve is to you.
This stiff hair she's got going on.
My name is Sarah Bryant. Let me test your determination.
Now this fight was kind of a massacre, unfortunately.
Oh no, poor Sarah.
Yeah, just...
Damn, they did her dirty.
Dance lightly and strike sharply.
I feel like it would maybe disrespect for me to continue that combo after she was already done, but I was getting
Got a
frustrated.
style on them. That's the Virtua Fighter way.
That is true.
Oh yeah, the knee, of course.
One smash from the rising knee is all it takes.
And vote.
Oh, I don't want to see Sei do that pose. That's weird.
That is another jump attack.
Great animations on this screen, by the way, and the transitions between them too.
And this was just hidden behind a thing.
Does your reason for seeking strength remain unchanged?
Doctor, I'm standing over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Continue to bear
Sure.
that determination and cut your own path. Until you can find your own answers, allow me to test you.
Oh, what a test this is going to be.
This is a real back and forth, actually.
Ooh, deft dodging on your part, though. Oh, no, wait. You got caught in the trap? Oh, thank God.
What an answer!
I never knew Akira to walk away like a bitch at the end.
It's just a sign of respect.
I feel your strength more and more every time we trade blows. Very well. I shall teach you the skills of Hakyoku Ken. Ha! Ha!
I remember what move this is.
This is Chosan Hosui. It shall aid you well in battle.
You know, you'll be the judge of that.
Ah, it's a charge move. Okay.
I think this stuff is all over. I almost lost control of myself, and the toll it took on me both mentally and physically was hard to overcome.
There's a lot we can learn from this, so it won't happen again.
Next time we need to be more careful and avoid these things. I'm just glad we made it out of this, as this was close, and means a lot you helped.
So that's what you
Wow.
missed in the last episode. To explain the bit, that clips from Anders the Dark Coast on Steam. Thanks to Oboe Shoes Gaming for recommending that one to me. That was a good choice. Not great for a stream, I think, but I'm glad I got to show off parts of it. But anyway.
Any excuse to wedge it in here.
Yeah. So let's get into a better game to stream, I think, I hope, which is First Request, now that we're all caught up. Make sure that this... there we go. Oops, stuttering a little bit, but hopefully that
Numbers
sorts
of the
itself.
internet.
You know, computers are made up of numbers.
Yeah.
Everything we're seeing right now, that's numbers, baby.
All right, let's see. So we left off here. That's where... This is the save of when we ended the stream. And this is the save of after I've done all that grinding off stream. So, 2 hours. And I will show off a little bit of what I did in that time. Like, obviously, we already got the Virtuous Souls, so we know I did that. We got... Well, we upgraded our Hunter Sight HiA rank, or our HiA rank, to max, so we'll be ready for the test whenever that comes up. And upgrade tools, build it up again, but I've replaced some of the defenders and offenders with the high versions, just to kind of consolidate a little bit. It doesn't consolidate much. It gives me room for a little bit of stuff. I got Load Revive, which will bring us back if we die, but just once. Once it's used, it gets consumed entirely, and it costs like 8,000 points. So, did I get anything else? I think that was it. I think I just really got some of the high stuff and nothing like super special. Although I do have Synapse Raid from the we got that at the castle level in the last episode, but I ended up staying in the castle level for way too long looking for a different upgrade because the guide I've been using uses a different name for it. So I was like, I can't find this. I can't find Synchro HS. It was this.
Maybe that's what it's called in the original Japanese version.
That is my guess, but I'm still upset that I spent so much time. Great for having lots of adventures you could never have in the real world, like busy work or getting the shit kicked out of you. What upgrade tools do I have installed? I've been working on my defense. The enemies can't do any damage to me, and there's no way they can defeat me. Try doing save states.
The fight will go on indefinitely. I have no offense whatsoever, but they won't knock my ass down, that's for sure.
Shent, can I ask you for a favor? Sure. Can you get rid of the protectors on the... Sorry, I need to change my Discord settings. Subway platform of the Twin Axis server? I tried going there once, but I wasn't able to get past the protectors.
Sounds like you got some more busy work.
There are all sorts of hunters out there. Just like the real world. Some folks are deep. Oh, okay. we
some
were like...
are poachers, some are
right.
conservatives, some are...
some folks are decent.
some run demijohns.
Others are selfish. Okay. And there's one guy we gotta talk to for, like, plot reasons down here. Yeah, HiA is a little more sparse than the early rank. Although I guess that makes sense.
I still prefer to pronounce it HiA.
Yeah. Yeah! Like he says when he does some of his moves. I'm looking for some data, but I don't have a lot of info. So I can't find it. I was wondering if you might help me. I promise it's nothing too terrible, not too terrible. Here's the address where you can find it. Would you go to the tenements in the castle town for me? Oh god, again. The data is supposed to be there. Alright.
You don't even have a chance to say yes or no to him.
I mean, if you just give your quest to everyone who walks by, someone will do it. Alright.
Yeah, it's like, you know, musicians who give CDs out in the street.
I think this progresses the plot, so let's do Shent first. Defeat all enemies. Alright.
And when you're finished with this mission, you can say, well, I'm all Shent. Nothing?
No, I was like stunned with how good that one was. Sorry.
Thank you. I'll be here all day.
So what are your impressions of this game, Cass, having watched it from afar? Since I'm just going to be beating up in this mission.
All the platforming bits seem like fucking dog shit. The fighting looks like it's repetitive. Definitely needs more variety of enemies. I see you're beating up on the gun robots from Sonic Adventure 2 here, and that's great and all.
They're red now.
But, I don't know, it looks like you were finding some sort of flexibility, some expression in the combat to a certain extent towards the end of the last episode, so...
I will say that with how the enemies are now starting to break out of moves, or in the specific ways that they are getting out of my combos, they're taking away some of that option now. That, like, you know, I have all these attack extenders, because it is fun when you get into this really long combo to juggle them, but the long combos get broken out of, like, real fast, so it kind of doesn't even matter that I have that stuff. At least for, like, the major enemies.
So here's a question I have for you. With the way that you're gaining all the Virtua Fighters' moves, and they're bound to, you know, they're pre-bound for you. They tell you how to execute on them, and then there are certain ones that override certain ones. Would you have preferred, because I think I certainly would have preferred, something like a Tony Hawk Pro Skater where you have, here's your open commands, here's the button combinations that you can set, and you can set your moves?
Not really, because each move has, like, a different utility. So, like, if I could set myself up with, like, all jumps, that actually would not help me that much. Because I do need, like, running attacks, I do need charges, and all that stuff. And if I start adding, like, too many moves into this, then the whole system becomes too complicated. I don't think this game would do well with more complication.
That's funny, though, because I did mention last time that this reminds me a little bit of the ideas that God Hand would eventually do, because that is that game where you can just, you pick every move. And if you want to, you can make yourself busted in a bad way. You could just put, every move's a guard break, which is useless. But if you want to play that way, you can.
This is a deep cut game, but there is a PS1 fighting game, Japanese only released by the name of Battle Master, where it has its set characters who have their set moves, but by the time you get into endgame, you unlock a robot, and then you have to master the moves as fighters in the human fights. And then once you master a move, you can assign those moves to whatever slot you want in the attack slots of the robot. And you have to do that until the robot is completely full up on moves. What those moves are can be anything from any of the characters, any combination thereof. But ultimately, you have to build out your ideal fighting robot before you get into endgame. Tedious system. The way it's implemented, awful. Awful game. Love it. Have 2 copies of it physically. Will feature on the show at some point.
I'm surprised we haven't done it for anything yet.
Oh, it's because it's a pain in the ass and it's untranslated, and it requires like a full episode to like get through all of it in its capacity as not quite a story, not quite a campaign, but it's such a weird one. I don't even know how to begin showing it off. Truth be told.
Speaking of weird games that are untranslated, you remember last episode you asked us about Sega Gaga? Did I say enough Gas?
Sega Gaga.
Sega Gaga. Well, just found out today that translation for that's almost out.
So I was pretty pleased when you posted that to the Discord, and the claim I made, and it's a claim I'm going to stand by, is that we conjure these things into being, just like we did with Hoshiwo Mirahito, where I said, this game needs a new translation. Within a fucking week, someone was on the task, someone was on the job.
I said someone should do it for a like a cheesecake mahjong game from a Simple 2000 series, and it happened. So who knows?
That's the power of the Bad Game Hall of Fame, folks.
Okay. Quinn's request. Favor Quinn collect all data in the area.
Just want to mention quickly, there was some questions in the chat about who the composer was, and then Healer Mind found it before I could comment. But yeah, the composer for this is Fumio Ito, and looking up their history, they've been a long time Sega composer. Like, they worked on the original Shenmue, and they've done a lot of Virtua Fighter, as well as a bit of Virtua Tennis, Outrigger, just like a lot of stuff.
Slime Generator's asking us to ask for a cure for cancer to happen. So I'll put that out there. I Am Headful says, well, if I had that power, I'd try to make world peace happen, but that's just me. Sure, I'll conjure that too. And within a month, folks, it will be delivered. That is my swear, my solemn vow, now that we've manifested it on stream.
Alright.
Yeah, kind of surprised this game only has one composer, unless the credits I'm reading are wrong. Because it sounds like multiple to me.
Healing Mind wants us to bring up the sequel to the 3DS Puzzle and Dragons game. There you are.
There's a sequel to that one? I didn't even know. I have that.
Oh.
I keep trying to play that one, and I keep falling off, even though I really loved Puzzle and Dragons on mobile. You would think I would be way more into the one that doesn't require you to put money into it.
So, speaking of putting money into games, I've been playing a mobile game again. I moved on from poker, from the World Series of Poker app, onto Resident Evil Survival Unit. And I had to have Ada in my party. I'm sorry. I had to spend some money to have Ada Wong in my party.
Here's
damn, they got you.
more.
So I'm done taking requests. The bid is done. The bid is finished.
You start your own streams if you want to make these things real.
Well, these hovering enemies in particular, you really have one move, and that's it.
I mean, I can't just jump in the air and, like, kill them that way, but I'm going for, like, the bonus points by doing that one jump thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's the
where
most
is
efficient
this
way to
last
play,
one?
so...
Am I gonna... Oh, maybe it's hidden in a thing. That seems like a thing a video game would do.
You know what playthrough of ours I was rewatching the other day?
What?
Malice. And the amount of essential items that are hidden inside of innocuous boxes in that game.
I kind of forgot about the Malice playthrough.
I never forgot. I think that's one of our strongest playthroughs.
Oh, was that it, or was that just interactable?
That was interactable. I know what you saw. Oh, it's up there.
That okay? I didn't see that, but hey, there it is.
Oh, I'm not even sure if that's how I was supposed to do it, but all right.
Yeah.
Whatever
Reminder,
gets you
there's no vertical camera control in this game.
No, there's no camera control. You can put the camera behind you. That's it.
Yeah. So that's like kind of a horizontal camera control.
All right, I found your
these favors.
I found your MP3s of System of a Down singing Zelda. Where are you? Oh, there he is.
Mm-hmm.
What? You found the data? I was just bullshitting. Now, let me see.
Oh, yes.
Oh. For the darkness port. What's the darkness port? Like the fan page for the Darkness, the band?
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite Darkness song?
Get your hands on my woman, motherfucker, I guess.
Friday Night for me.
Oh, I didn't mean to be saving in that spot. Whoops. I'll adjust.
I'm gonna say it. I think The Darkness had one of the best Christmas songs that's come out in like a very long time. That isn't just like a cover, and it's actually about Christmas. Most pop songs that do well with Christmas don't actually have anything to do.
A military training server, guarded by heavy security. What?
Just a little bit pleased with yourself, ain't you?
Why are we going here?
Rightly so.
I think in search of virtuous souls. Why do you do anything in this game?
What was that official U.S. Army training game? This is just a server
America's
that was left
Army?
up for it. Yeah, this is America's Army server that just someone doesn't realize is running on a server rack in a office somewhere.
I feel like we're committing a felony
please
now.
be a stealth mission.
I think I made a joke about what if this game introduced stealth missions.
This place used to be a military training facility.
Shut up! Shh!
Has heavily fortified defenses.
Shut up!
How many of these guys are there?
Just the two. Budget cuts.
Master Hunters
Government
have been
shutdown.
Searching for information about virtuous souls.
Get behind the dumpster!
Toka, I thought I'd find you if I went looking for another virtuous soul.
You came.
I said we'd fight them together, right? But this stuff about being after hunters, why are they doing that?
I'm not sure myself.
No plot for you yet.
Very sorry that you've had to get involved in this.
No, it's okay. I want to know the truth. I'm doing this because I think I can find the answers.
Understood. Let's split up and search then.
Good idea. Where do you want to meet up?
You go fight. I'll go get captured.
Let's see. Warehouse 15.
Warehouse 15. Got it.
Optic camo. Hell of a lot of good it did her last time.
Yeah, got what, immediately caught?
I noticed, by the way, she backed up that way.
She's just hiding in the corner waiting for you to leave so she can make her dramatic exit.
Ow, 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 ow.
So she's like an artificial intelligence, right?
I know. I mean, she hasn't told us yet.
Like, yeah, they're obviously going for a monotonal performance. But
Except for that one time she, like, lightened up.
Yeah. But we've heard so little actual story stuff's come up that who knows.
I know there's something on.
And
one
then
of these
sometimes
servers.
in Japanese media, that's not. They'll use it for other reasons.
I don't think I'm gonna.
I wonder if she's gonna secretly be like a Dural or something.
She almost looked Dural-ish when she was like backing up and cloaking.
Mm-hmm.
Like the cloaking effect made it look like that.
Yeah, maybe I'm just looking at that and thinking that. Or, I'm just thinking about what is the one thing that Virtua Fighter has? What is the main conceit of Virtua Fighter? What is the main antagonist? If not Judgment 6, and what is the bad thing they do is make Durals. So, I'm just logical conclusion here.
Oh, that actually, I was kind of a fan of that combo just there.
Mm-hmm.
I just want one of these barrels to blow up and start a chain reaction.
Oh yeah, barrels are fun. I do want to read one coming from chat from Slick the Porcupine that says, by the way, is it just me or does this kid MC look like he doesn't belong at all in Virtua Fighter? And it's actually like something from Yokai Watch. Welcome to one of the big problems with this game overall. Is that the Virtua Fighter characters look nothing like everyone else. But as far as we can tell, it's set in the same universe.
They wanted to introduce the series, the franchise to kids.
Sure,
it's just ultimately, and so they just wanted to make like generic anime protagonist, which has never been Virtua Fighter's aesthetic.
Yeah. It's just, I think early on we were speculating, okay, so the story is going to be that maybe in universe Virtua Fight, like these are just digital characters, they're not real people. But no, apparently these are the digitized versions of the real Virtua Fighters. And Judgment 6 has somehow returned.
Well, Judgment 6 never really went away. As I'm to understand it in the plot. They're always just kind of bubbling beneath the surface, so...
Yeah, granted, we don't really know exactly how long after, I guess, Virtua Fighter 4 would have been the current one. We don't know how long after that this is.
I feel like they made some sort of reference to, like, this tournament was XXX years ago. Or not that many X's,
might
but...
have, yeah.
Oh, I might need to use that revive thing sooner than I thought.
Mm-hmm. It's just, those kind of story details are very sparse. They'll come up, and then you won't get anything for a couple of hours.
I'm starting to
I like Virtua Fighter, but the one thing I never gave a fuck about when it came to Virtua Fighter, the plot. It doesn't matter.
Guess what? Here comes some plot.
Oh hell yeah!
Can you truly protect that which is precious to you?
That which is precious?
I'm Vanessa.
Check out our playthrough of Gollum, folks.
I've been raised by Judgment 6 as a battle machine since I was young.
My shirt was precious to me, but it got taken away.
From their facility. But Judgment 6 found the man who saved me and...
Is our character, like, just drifting off?
I swear, I will never let them get away with their plans. Your strength can protect what is precious to you.
I've done the drop to your knees thing in real life once. That kind of hurts when you do it.
Yeah, go do leg training for that. And yeah,
this is going to be a weird comment from me. But, obviously the art style of the Virtua Fighter characters, this is happening in chat right now, people are mentioning this. In fact, I'll read Slime Generator's comment. An art style change is fine for a spin-off IMO, even though having the Virtua Fighter characters still be close to their original proportions is kind of an oddball choice when you put them next to each other. So here's the thing. These are stylized in a way that is not identical to the Virtua Fighter style.
Right.
And in fact, the point of comparison I would almost draw is like Kingdom Hearts in its treatment of Final Fantasy characters, specifically the ones who show up on the beginner island, like the kiddo versions of like the Final Fantasy VIII characters. There's something about that, like especially looking at Vanessa here, where she is like off model in some sort of strange shibified way.
Her proportions are not actually like as human as they are in proper Virtua Fighter.
Mm-hmm. think it's maybe most noticeable on her just because she's one of the most ripped characters.
Good. Your mission shall be accomplished shortly. Are you ready?
I hope she doesn't
I had no
teach me
idea that
her
was her
throw
backstory,
because
by the way.
her throw did like crap ass damage.
Now you're gonna know it for yourself.
Well, yeah, it's a throw.
This is the army combination. Stop your target dead.
I hope you remember that after you recover from your concussion.
Yeah, this is someone who's just played her gameplay and looked at her design and outfits. I thought she was like an ex-army lady. I had no idea she was like trained by Judgment 6 or whatever.
You know what, maybe it's better when I use it.
I mean, yeah, certain Virtua Fighter characters we thought of had different health amounts.
But while you're still in this menu, by the way, can you go to your jumping moves?
Sure.
And just like cycle between them rapidly?
Oh wait, here's rapidly.
Oh yeah.
There's one of these animations that just looks like so goofy.
Could that
start up for it?
Yeah, could that spinning one be used to get some of those virtuous souls that were floating in that jungle level?
Here's the thing, all of these can.
Oh, okay.
The difference is like strength, and I do not have a 2-star one yet.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that next.
Also, I think maybe one of the floating ones was a 3-star, so it's gonna be endgame before I can get a lot of those. Up, I see one over there. In fact, that might be a 2-star over there.
Yeah, because I think red is 3-star, yellow is 2-star, and then the blue is 1-star,
Yeah,
right?
this is 2-star, and just to be clear, Virtual Souls, yeah. 1, 1, 1. So yeah, I cannot break this yet.
I'm curious if that's going to be a system later where you spend data to level them up, or if it's just going to be...
No, it is just dependent on, like, the move you get. Because I do have, like, a couple of 2-star moves right now, and those were just, picked up by whoever.
Have you picked up enough to know if the 2 stars do more damage, or...
I just equip them because it's going to be more convenient to have that available. I'm just hoping they do more damage, I would assume.
Yeah, especially if they're going to replace your previous moves. You better hope it's a straight upgrade.
I think there's at least one that I have the available 2-star for, but did not use it because the 1-star is more situationally, good. Oh, they put a save in the first area? How generous.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll be popping your head in and out of various warehouses here.
This is where I'm going to put my save. I always want one older save in case, like, something horrible happens. You have to start the episode over. By the way, behind the scenes stuff, just some production stuff. Folks in chat, let us know if people sound good because we are doing something different with Discord in general. I will say, Cass, I definitely noticed that your laughs are getting more dropped off.
Oh yeah, they're gone. There's entire instances, entire laughs getting cut out, and it's killing me a little bit. But I have to do it so I don't get cut off mid-sentence when I'm trying to say shit. So that's the sacrifice I make for the show.
Yep. Same for me, because like people people who have known me for a while know that I have a very high laugh, and Discord eats it up. So I've had to honestly kind of change how I laugh a little bit, just so it gets on the show more often.
I used to laugh like Muttley from Wacky Races. I used to have
yeah, I remember that.
When
I can't even replicate it. I can't even do it on mic because it cuts it off right away. But
when I was 5, I actually did try to change my blue energy gain place. Okay, so you're right about how this area works. I tried to change my laugh when I was 5 to a Muttley laugh, and I distinctly remember my sister being on the phone and making fun of me to whoever she was talking to Because they're like, oh yeah, Charky's trying to change their laugh to like some sort of weird snicker.
Aw.
Siblings just don't understand.
Where do we think the thing I need is?
Door number 1.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have you
Also,
go to
yeah.
each of these warehouses in sequential order.
Well, 4 isn't a real
Ones
door.
with doors at least. Yeah. I'm looking at this area. It's like, oh yeah, this
3
area's not
isn't a
looking
real
fun to
door.
navigate, especially with how you can get up and down to the roofs. It's very limited.
So 2 is a real door, but it's locked, and we don't have a door 1.
Well, there's gotta be a door 1 around here somewhere.
5. Again. 6. 9. Well, we're gonna solve this like a maze.
Yeah, you can tell on the map though. There'll be a red line if it's a real door.
Shut up. I know.
Well,
help me out a little bit more then.
Well, if I see one, I'll holler.
Okay, what about this door? Yeah, door 8. That's where you start.
Time, your fate will be sealed, Superman.
Of course, it's door 8.
Yeah, that's how you count. 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9.
Oh, guy's gonna explode.
A virtuous soul detected.
Thank God.
He didn't even like
You're just another hunter.
run up or like jump in. He just casually walked over.
Out here? It's dangerous. Be quiet and stay hidden.
Are you looking for virtuous souls?
Is this what you're talking about?
I've been using them as drink coasters.
This isn't what I've been after. I heard about the data flow, and so I thought, but this isn't it?
Well, could you let me have that disc then?
It's just meaningless data. It seems that the rumors about being able to learn legendary techniques are just that.
It's very important to me, though.
It doesn't matter much to me.
I'm still gonna
give
keep
it
it.
That when I'm finished here. For now, stay hidden and stay quiet. I don't want you blowing my cover.
I won't blow your cover if you hand me the goddamn...
I've got another friend with me.
What's that? Where?
She's not here, but she said she'd meet me in Warehouse 15.
Good plan.
No other
plan to just tell other people.
You. Go on ahead. I'll look for another way out of here.
If my collar popped up, I
Right,
don't have to lip sync me.
That meaningless data, if you don't mind, you were just holding it, you could just drop it.
Yeah, that conversation confused me so much.
Oh, there's a thing underneath here, underneath the stairs.
Oh, that's just food.
Nah.
Again, never going to use that.
Yeah. Yo, your brain needs a diet.
Alright, I successfully avoided the lasers.
Stealth maintained.
I mean, I could guess why Say might not want to just directly say to that guy, oh yeah, by the way, I can use all the virtual souls. They're not mean this to me. But I still don't get that guy's... Oh, well, yeah, I'm not going to give it to you now.
Well, I think, if I'm being generous here, he's trying to get you to not get in his way. So he's like, all right, just stay out of my way. And if you do that, I promise you I'll give you this disc.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense if it phrased better.
It's just not conveyed well, yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Yes, come to me.
Oh, camera in this game.
There's I keep saying it. There's the germ of a good game in here,
Mm-hmm.
and every step of the way, it's like no. I feel like I remember
would have gone so far.
I feel like I remember seeing a review of this game that was like, I'm glad I played this game. Don't play this game yourself.
Yeah. I've played some games like that.
Alright. Health? No. Oh, health? Ah, there we go.
Nice.
Now you're learning.
Alright, so
Hey,
that...
I think that's going to open up door number 2, right?
Right. Whoa. Oh, there we go. Anything else in here? The virtuous I'm gonna miss because I didn't look left or right? Okay. You know, if they're gonna give me a save station, like right here, I'm gonna take advantage of it.
Avail yourself of it at every opportunity you get.
Because this game's been so stingy with them previously. Uh-oh.
Yep. Oh, hello.
Can I just save while they're... I shouldn't test that. So, interesting camera work there. I don't think that was on intentional. Although, let me try it on him. Oh, it is. It just does that every time.
Aha, see? That's what the flip kick's used for.
There we go.
People in chat talking about how this game is peak Sega of the mid-2000s. Gives a kind of nostalgia about the mid-2000s. Yeah, that's because it came out in the mid-2000s.
Yes.
Well, glad I can help.
I will say, like, if you compare this to, like, Altered Beast from the mid-2000s, that does not...
different game.
That does not seem like what you think of when you think of Sega at this time.
No, I still find this game's idea of the internet and its like romanticized futuristic take is very dated for the 2000s.
Yeah, like you can get away with it in like Tron in 1980, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a little harder to get away with it in the 2000s when people have at least a basic understanding of how computers and the internet work.
But you know,
it's like Sega, you'd already put out Phantasy Star online, like what?
Shit like Dot Hack and Sword Art Online were still popular around that time, right? Though, like we still had this sort of fantastic idea
specifically
of the
about like VR, like Sword Art Online, like Dot Hack. It is like specifically people logging into an MMORPG,
right? That's
and
what I
then
meant.
Some people getting trapped in it.
Yeah.
Which is almost what we're doing here, almost.
Well, no, but this is positing that old abandoned websites and servers are personified, anthropomorphized in a sense, into living, breathing worlds populated by stuff.
Well,
with
you know
data
what?
hidden inside of boxes.
We had a Ready Player One movie a few years ago, so nothing ever truly goes out of style. We had Space Jam 2, which for some reason was just Ready Player One again.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason being that, you know, Warner Brothers is creatively bankrupt.
Yeah. I also want to cite in the Discord, Freaking Poster Slime found a quote from a magazine with the developers where they were asked what was the creative inspiration for the game, and their answer was, well, games used to be exciting, that had novelty, they had a futuristic feeling, but now the internet's hot and is recognized as a dominant force of amusement. One example of amusement is using the internet is that you can enter your comment on some BBS and watch people react. There's a world of possibility of reactions that might come from people all over the world. It like this literally seems like, oh yeah, I just discovered a computer in '93 and oh my god, the internet. Like, that's not groundbreaking internet stuff in 2004, 2005.
Do either of you have a BBS you used to call home?
No.
Not
That's
well.
It's way too early for me.
Yeah, if we're talking purely a BBS and not a message board, then yeah, that was not something I was ever a part of.
Oh yeah,
I was
message
part of a
boards for
couple.
sure.
The biggest one I was probably a part of was the Chow Garden BBS, hosted by Sega, which just at a certain point became a hangout for Sonic fans, which I counted myself among in the early 2000s. I mean, I guess I don't hate Sonic or anything.
I mean, you still love Tails.
I mean, yes. That's like more for like aesthetic reasons and for like, you know, find him an endearing little guy. I'm not sure if I could stomach playing in a Sonic game in full. Not even the good ones, not even the old ones, just because of how my tastes have changed. But there was a period in time where I was heavily vested in like all things Sonic, especially the Chow Garden. I mean, that's why I flocked to the Chow Garden BBS, was because it was like, well, teach me how to make the Tails Chow. And it turns out you needed a Game Boy Advance and a link cable. So.
Is it me, or is this floor like really shiny? Like
I think it's supposed to be wet. I think it's supposed to be rain slicked.
Yeah, they're trying to do the wet reflections. Yeah,
it almost looked like, you know, marble floor or marble tiling here.
Yeah, I can kind of see it.
All right, is that the final one? I hope so.
I never remember what the name of it are. When I was online, I never used them, but chat rooms would have been... Was it IRCs? IIRCs?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
IRC.
wasn't using those.
Oh, I was on AOL Instant Messenger, my friends. Like, that was our home.
Oh, yeah. What was the instant messenger that I would have used back then?
ICQ.
Yahoo?
No.
MSN?
MSN. Yep, that was it. That was the Vampire Freaks days. Yeah.
So back in the AOL Instant Messenger games, Instant Messenger days with my friends group, you didn't have persistent group chats back then. So, or, you know, there's no like server stuff. So we would have to like every day say like, hey, you don't want to start a chat? And we didn't have to invite everybody. And then at a certain point we realized like, hey, if we just never leave this chat, then it doesn't go away. So we would have like every day someone would be dedicated, leave your computer on so we can keep this chat. So we had like a long ass AIM chat record for years because we'd always have someone as custodian keeping it alive.
Nice.
Then we moved to Skype and it was like, oh, we don't have to do that anymore. Not even gonna bother with that thing.
Yeah, I remember back in my day on the old internet, where to log in, you'd have to, you know, this is really gonna take me back, really gonna show how old I am. You have to put on a virtual reality helmet, and then when you want to hang out with your friends, you go to a hub world, and then you could log into websites by going into these portals, right? And they take you to these virtual worlds where there's data hidden inside of boxes. So if you wanted to, like, you know,
and you get to meet Wolf.
Well, does your heart still burn with passion?
Actually, I lost the passion between now and the last time I met you.
Yes, words are unnecessary. Let us begin the challenge. Let me see this passion of yours.
Oh, he really went for it.
I like how Sei's responses now to all the Virtua Fighters is just, yeah.
Sure, whatever you say, man. Just teach me how to fight.
I get the feeling every time we do these,
okay, wait.
Not repeat.
Do me a favor. Pay attention to the life for me when I do a throw. Whoops.
But yeah, these rematches, I think are just good.
Okay. And I'm going to switch up to the other one.
Yeah. But yeah, I think they're just going to use the same... Are you still passionate? Do you still fight? Like that kind of scene's just going to get reused.
By the end of the game, Sei's just
here we
like,
go.
actually...
How did that compare?
Less damage, ultimately.
Less damage? Okay.
Not by much, though.
I was afraid of that because I hate this throw. I hate what the camera does every single time.
By the end of the game, Sei's just going to be like, actually, the passion's gone. I've been at this for like 12 hours.
God damn it.
For those who didn't see that, a pop-up just popped up on Sharky's screen for some service or some Windows application that they should really just close out of. If
it's not open. Is the thing. I didn't turn it on. It just decided to start trying to update itself. I think that's going to happen every hour on the hour.
Oh, yeah.
I shall now grant your burning soul the power to lay waste to all who stand in your way.
Yeah, Chad, did you happen to see that? Probably not, but I'm curious if it interrupted the stream at all.
Oh, hell yeah, dropkick.
Strike like a hawk with the drop.
Land on your face.
I'm assuming this is going to be a running move.
Oh my god.
Oh, whoops, it's every hour. It's every minute.
Alright, hold up a sec. Let's load into this.
Oh, I wouldn't want to
jump skill.
Want to click yes on anything during a... That's a jump.
So, chat,
I mean, I guess.
We're gonna intermission for like a minute here.
Yeah.
So we'll be right back.
I mean, just let us vamp. We'll talk while you figure this out in the background.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess a drum kick is a jumping ability, but in my head I associate it as like a running move.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm hoping for is just one of the Virtua fighters. They teach you the ability. They're like, all right, you really want to waylace the people? Here's a gun. I'm going to teach you how to use a gun. Here's some firearm discipline. That would save us so much time.
I don't think any Virtua fighters like guns, though, do they?
They don't, but it's the thing that gets me about like every fighting game at some point, right? Is that like all these dweebs are dedicating their lives to the martial arts. And, you know, I get that, you know, they're somehow able to dodge bullets and you know, like kick bullets out of the air. And, you know, it's like somehow the martial arts surpass guns past a certain point. And it's just like, yeah, but if most of the people you're fighting are just nameless, hapless goons, use the gun on them, right? Just give me like a Glock, and that'll basically do you for all the mobs in this game.
Yeah, it's more expensive, though. You're having to buy bullets and all that.
The thing isn't even a running process right now. If it happens again, we're taking a brief break so I can just uninstall the entire program. It will stop fucking bugging me. It's meta, like, you know, Quest, like, link thing for VR.
Oh, right, okay. That makes sense, then.
They want to get you involved in Virtua Quest to, like, the next level.
Hey, to level 2.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does that mean you can use that to get the... Yep.
So we'll go back to the previous area. Like I said, I'm not even running the program. It's not set to do things. It is just...
I'm going to tell a random story. A very long time ago, in my like late teen, early adult years, for a very brief period of time, I had aspirations to get into pro wrestling and actually did do the training for several months. I can't remember a while. And I remember there was a day where we covered drop kicks, and I remember when we were doing it, it felt odd that when they were teaching it, you know, the guy teaching us wanted us to do them turning our bodies clockwise, so you know, your left shoulder turning to the right. And that seemed wrong to me. I'm like, I feel like anytime I've ever watched wrestlers, they turn left doing it. And also, it shouldn't matter which way you do it. You should just do it the way you're comfortable. But this trainer was insisting, like, no, this is the way you do drop kicks. You do it this way. And I guess just the way I'm like, whichever foot was dominant, that seemed alien to me. So I couldn't do it properly for some reason. And I remember getting really angry with myself. Like, I think I actually started kicking the ropes at one point. And then I remember afterwards looking up wrestling footage again and going, wait a minute. They told us wrong. You do it turning the other way.
Why would it matter, unless it's for a very specific internal organ, why would it matter which side you're doing it on?
No, I
as Carmen's
don't know
bringing up in chat, wrestling is always working the left side.
Yeah. But, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think there was any justification given outside of just them claiming it was the right way to do it. But it's just like, I watched footage of people doing it. And that's, I'll have to watch the footage of how your character does the dropkick again.
Well, the thing is, when I do the dropkick in-game here, it just, like, cuts, and he doesn't land.
Oh, yeah.
Although it looks like, if you can see that one frame where it looks like he's turning to the left.
Well, no, yeah. For some reason, and maybe it's a British thing, that's one of the reasons I fell out of doing it, is there was a lot of, oh, well, this is the British way. We're teaching you the British way of wrestling. And a lot of it was, like, very boring chain wrestling stuff that I wasn't into. Oh, it's Goober.
This fucking loser.
Doesn't make allowances for old men.
Let me see your determination.
I hate Lion.
Yeah.
He's the lamest. And anyone who plays him, anyone who mains Lion in Virtua Fighter is also lame by proxy. Come at me, Virtua Fighter fans. If you're a Lion fan, I could beat your ass in real life, for sure.
If you say you're a fan of Lion, then you're just lying. To be honest, in the back of my mind, I'm just thinking, what I'm gonna do when that thing pops up again. Alright. Up. I really hate this throw, to be honest.
Well, that's too damn bad.
Like, I'm trading a little bit of damage, but I might just get rid of it just because it's so annoying. Oh, I wonder if I lose during one of these fights, if it'll eat my revive, even though there's, like, no consequence for losing one of these fights.
It couldn't be that petty. It couldn't be that mean.
Find out. Okay, you're right.
Think you can beat me like
I'm surprised. I am changing that out. The camera work is making me sick.
Do what you gotta do. You're the one playing.
Yeah.
Sorry, Vanessa fans. Her iconic army combination will be seen no more.
Going back to the DDT.
Oh, I'll briefly mention as well, fun fact from the brief Johnny Baghead wrestling era, is I very briefly met Zack Sabre Jr., who I believe is like a more of a proper deal these days. I don't know why, he showed up on one of the days we were training. And the other wrestler I met more often was oh, he's super cancelled now. Is Jimmy Havoc.
Oh yeah.
I did feel a little bit conflicted when all the stuff came out, because I was like, he was always nice to us. Not that I would doubt anyone, but it's weird when you know, I wouldn't say I knew him, but it's like, yeah, it's weird to know someone only by their niceness and having to reconcile that with, oh no, but all these people have had all this worse experience with them. It's a shame.
Jimmy Savile a wrestler before he was a comedian?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There we go.
Not bad at all. Let me teach you the way of Toroken.
We teach how to be a weird little monkey.
It'd be great if after you beat Lion, he's just like, I'm hurt. Why'd you do that?
Yeah. Nah, the monkey girl from Virtua 5 is cool.
Eileen.
Yeah.
Nobody can withstand the might of Jucho Sensho.
I mean, I did. I kind of kicked your ass.
I don't know why there's so many win quotes about old people.
Oh, jeez, it spawned in me.
Yeah.
I was wondering what the red outline was as you were coming out of it.
We have a say something nice.
Oh,
you know, yeah. Well, Cassie's never said anything nice about this game. I don't know. So.
Yeah, you do, Cass.
It's good to see all the Virtua fighters, and it's good to have them represented by means of their moves. Is that good enough? Is that
sure? I'll try.
Yeah, this is kind of an awful level for that redeem because this level seems really bad. That was an upgrade tool nearby.
Try to find it. I'm not sure how much I want to switch out. This is the move I was talking about where I have level 2s, but the level 1 is so good as a utility. Okay, maybe I should start exploring the ground. You know what I kind of want to do? You'll indulge me. Is now that I've gotten like several Virtua Souls in a row, just save real quick.
Yeah, by all means.
That's fair. I think of which Virtua Fighter characters we haven't seen yet. I'm trying to remember. I think the
sumo guy,
the judo guy. Yeah, I'm not sure. Is he in this? Because
I don't believe he's in this.
Yeah, I had a feeling he wouldn't be in this because he was in 3 and then didn't come back until one of the revisions of 5. I want to say the judo guy with the like great the really pale skin was in 4.
Was he?
I don't remember his name.
Yeah, he was.
But he has like the big scar across his face.
I know what you're talking about. I've tried to play him a few times and I just didn't gel with it.
Yeah. I don't think the edgy karate guy with the grey hair. I think he's a
that's Jin
5 character. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a VF5 character. I'm trying to think of VF4 characters. I know Taka-Arashi is the sumo, and he's not in this, even though he was in Virtua Fighter 3 because he was out of Virtua Fighter 4.
See if I can find a real door around here somewhere.
Yeah, it might just be that judo guy then, because we saw Vanessa.
Brad Burns, is he in this? Let me
check.
check.
Was he in 4? I thought he was in 5.
He was
first.
in 4. 4 was his debut.
Brad is one of the ones I gravitate towards playing.
Well, guess what? He's not in this game.
All right.
Oh, weird.
And neither is Go. Go is who you're thinking of, who's the really pale one with the. He almost looks a bit like Ishii the Killer, right? With like the cuts across the face. Yeah. Even though he debuted.
Well, the guy from Ichi the Killer. That's not Ichi.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Fair point. Fair point.
Yeah. I don't remember that character's name now, unfortunately.
Well, he would tell us himself, but he cut out his
save
tongue,
right here.
hoping it would regrow.
He did, yeah.
So.
Didn't seem to bother him that much, though. Trying to remember if any characters were added specifically to Virtua Fighter 4 Evo.
That might be it. That might be.
Yeah.
Again, I like Virtua Fighter. I was not keeping up with the console entries.
Yeah.
For a minute there, so.
Yeah. No. I wish I knew about them in the PS2 era when it was current. They seem to have a lot of content, those PS2 games. Though, so you know that bonus disc that came with Evo, the 10th anniversary disc?
Yeah, where everyone gets a VF1 model.
Yeah. In the PAL region, that's a separate product. In PAL and I think Japan, it didn't come with Evo. You had to buy it separately.
That's a little fucked.
It is, yeah.
Was it at least budget priced, or?
Oh, no idea. I'm not sure how I would find that out. Hopefully. I'll tell you, it's not anymore. How much was it last time I looked it up?
You know what one of the funniest versions of Virtua Fighter is? People know about weird Virtua Fighter like demakes conversions, like like Virtua Fighter 2 on Genesis. That's an odd duck in it. But there's a Virtua Fighter conversion to J2ME, a conversion of Virtua Fighter 1 which retains the 3D. It's actually more primitive 3D because, you know, fucking Java Mobile Edition.
Yeah,
But, like, you can play it. It functions in some capacity.
Yeah, there's a lot of those 3D era Java stuff. James hear me. I'm curious to check out. Want to check out that version of Devil May Cry 3? That actually seems to be, at least in terms of the levels and the enemies, like that's the same.
Now, is that J2ME or is that just generally like Keitai or whatever the name for Japanese mobile phones is, Japanese feature phones?
Oh, I'll have to look it up. Oh, I'm mistyping all sorts of stuff.
I think part of the problem with equipping more of these level 2 things is it's eating into my special bar, like, way more. Oh yeah, you just stand where I can't attack you, period. Yeah, cool.
Okay, I know it's Java. Yeah, at least according to this video's hashtags.
Alright, well then it should be on Coffee Break.
Okay, sure.
Oh, but it's fun. Like, the 3D looks like Sega Saturn 3D. it's great.
That's about what it can manage at its height. Now, have any of you ever played Goiken Muyo: Anarchy in the Nippon?
No.
I recognize the name.
This is a Saturn fighter that is modeled directly off of Virtua Fighter by some of the people who made Virtua Fighter. They spun off, created a studio called Media Musume, or something along those lines. And it's great. It's just like Virtua Fighter with like comedy characters, like a salaryman, owner of like a brothel. You got delinquents in there, and then one of the characters is a curious guy, is a real guy. There's some pro fighting game players, FGC folk, in the game as playable characters, and one of them is Ikunobu Sarah, who was the greatest Sarah Bryant player in Virtua Fighter 1 and 2. And so their moveset in this Goiken Muyo game is literally just Sarah Bryant. So you can play a Sarah Bryant as depicted by a like 30-year-old Japanese man in the Sega Saturn game that is basically Virtua Fighter.
Don't think I've played it, but I've definitely seen it being played. Because like I recognize some of the footage and the characters.
It's great. It's great. I mean, if you like Virtua Fighter like I do, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It also has very early trans representation. Trans woman, one of the fighters. And she whips. She kicks ass. I think there's also a squeakquel to it because that was a Sega Saturn exclusive, the first Goiken Muyo. There's a Goiken Muyo 2 that's a PS1 exclusive, and it's not as good. It gets away a bit from Virtua Fighter, and I think they blow it with that one character a little bit. But, you know, we can just forget that game exists. Leave the memories alone.
Short Shoulder doesn't even seem that good. Using Peppa?
Yeah, it feels like with the flow, you just want whatever's got the quickest recovery.
Yeah, I think that might be Short Shoulder.
Snick the Porcupine 93 asks, I heard Poison for Final Fight was supposed to be trans, or is that purely fan head? I mean, it's canon. I mean, her whole character
it's canon now,
but it's also
it's
handled horribly across most games.
It's gotten better now, and it's the history behind why it was even canon is a mess. Because it started out as a weird justification for censorship and the original Super Nintendo version of Final Fight changing the character model for a male one. And then at some point, Ono, I forget his full name, but the guy who was like director of Street Fighter 4 and a lot of Capcom stuff around that time made the like gross comment about like, oh yeah, because of that stuff we made her canonically trans, and then made this weird comment about how in different regions she's pre and post op, and it's like, what? We don't need that. Like, that's weird. Keep that to yourself, maybe. That can be your own headcanon, Ono, if you want. But nowadays it's kind of a they don't call attention to it, but they'll make like little allusions about like I think in 5 in her little story thing she mentions like a back fin story about like like not growing up the way I wanted to be and becoming who I wanted to be, and it's like that kind of vague way it's done now.
Which is probably the right way to do it at this stage. To not, I don't know. I mean, you wish it would be handled better in the first place, but that obviously wasn't going to be the reality of the time. And now when you try to justify retroactively in canon, I mean, look at the fucking discourse around Bridget Guilty Gear. It's fucking the worst. It is insufferable. The amount of fucking losers like, oh yeah, they say she's trans, but they don't really mean it. They're just doing it to kowtow to SJWs. And it's just like, motherfuckers. Touch grass. Eat some dirt.
I remember they were trying to deny it at first by saying like, oh no, it's a mistranslation. They didn't actually mean it.
Oh yeah, it was people who were clearly not fans or actually cared what Daisuke had to say. It's the same with people who moan about the subtitles and localizers. Notice a lot of them can't even don't even know basic Japanese.
Like,
Funny that.
I also remember people were arguing that because the only part in the game where she like really, really, really explicitly says, yes, I am trans, is in a route where you like lose a certain fight or something, so it's not the true route. Technically, they're like, well, this is a what-if situation in which she's trans and not actually trans. So yeah, losers.
But you know, not to give them any credence, not to give them any benefit of the doubt, or not to justify everything at all, but if these characters had been handled well in the first place, if these things had been explicitly written in the text and made clear in the first place, but again, that wasn't the context of the time. Whether you're talking about a Poison in the late 80s, early 90s, a Bridget in the early 2000s when they debuted. So you just gotta, you know, cross your fingers and hope that modern context, that, you know, in the era we exist in now, and debuting characters who are non-gender conforming, that it's just, there's no misinterpretation, that there's no, like, confusing what the intention is when you introduce a character like that.
Anyway, let's see what we just got.
But we'll see.
Union AD. Increases attack and defense by 5. And it's this huge, weird-ass shape. Why would I want this? Like, look at what High Offensor does. It's a increased attack by 10. High Defensor does that. Or I could do half of that with this shape.
I think it's just like, if in case you have a weirdly shaped cube and this is the only thing you could fit in.
I don't know. I feel like you could then go with like a other thing that would probably work better for you, but oh well. Alright, so now we can go to Warehouse 15. If I can remember where Warehouse 15 is. We know the numbering doesn't matter because they just repeat on certain buildings. In fact, I think it's right here. Yep.
Tell me Sei doesn't see this guy.
You're late. Where's your friend?
She should be here soon, I think.
You! Are you still up to your old tricks?
What? No.
When the two friend groups meet, but they got history.
Why did you betray us? It's your fault that he... You don't have an answer for me.
I hate the way this guy talks, where he keeps alluding to things and then not saying
John, you're
them.
so loud.
Why? Am I?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Whoa.
Still working on fixing her audio, folks.
Toka, she did something? I don't know what you're all talking about.
That makes me confused and sad.
Everything. Why don't you tell them about what you
leave
did?
it like this.
What's this all about, Toka?
What he's saying is true. But...
Toka, what in the world?
Yeah, no one bother explaining anything.
It's dangerous here. We've got to go. At the other end of the dockyard is a pier. There's an aircraft carrier anchored there. The root user should be on board. We'll meet up there. Got it?
Okay. I don't know what to believe anymore.
I think I'm an agnostic now.
Okay, well, it's not. See, that scene was just annoying, just because they're alluding to things but intentionally not saying them. Oh, more digital walls, okay.
I'm starting to think I need a upgrade to my SP meter, but I'm 100% out of room, and I kind of don't want to give up how much life I have, or attack power, or defense. It doesn't leave much.
When I was thinking of a couple of games that have that similar kind of cube grid system, it usually expands over time.
Yep, this one definitely is not going to expand over time.
Yeah.
Couldn't one of the Virtua fighters teach me gun?
I made that joke earlier. Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think any of the Virtua fighters have energy beams either.
I think your audio should be okay for right now, Johnny. Next time it happens, next time we clue you into it, just try disconnecting and reconnecting.
All right.
I hate to even have to bring this stuff up on stream, but you know how it is,
know.
folks. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't want to blow people's ears out. I figure it's something with the automatic gain again. So I'm just... You're getting me direct, 100% in the mic.
Our show's already so rigidly structured compared to almost anyone else streaming that we can have a moment of hey, audio, we should probably fix that.
I know you're right. I know you're correct about that. But also, the thing that I hope that we do here on the Bad Game Hall of Fame is create the illusion of it not necessarily being a stream, not having all those hiccups, having it be mostly frictionless, and in a way that makes it better for YouTube or what have you, makes it better in the VOD run.
Well, once we get the clip channel going, it'll be easier to have that facade.
Yeah, it would. It really would help, wouldn't it? I don't know, folks. I'm a weirdo when it comes to this stuff. I'm very peculiar in particular.
Oh, but before the show, I was just pulling up videos out of my junk folder, which is just unorganized clips that are purposely unorganized because they're just there to sit there. And you were like, you need to organize this. And I don't even know how I would organize this because it's just junk.
You gotta have folders. I would have folders, but for the names of the game that the clip is from, or
I would have
or
a
the YouTube
billion
channel
folders.
it's taken from. Great, that's better than having 2 billion clips in the same folder. Just
well, that's great. That I would have so many folders with many of them devoted to just a single clip.
Also, I don't actually want to micromanage you to that extent. I was just more making an observation. I would die if I logged into my computer and that's how my files were sorted. I don't actually want to micromanage your file explorer. I'm not that deranged. I may be a fucking control freak, but I'm not going to teach you how to do my completely convoluted system of organization that only works for me.
At some point, far future, but at some point I do need to match some of your stuff, like Launchbox and all that, I think, because that would make things a lot easier for me in some other ways.
Yeah, that
like,
I would recommend
yeah.
just in terms of like, especially for variety nights or theme nights or what have you, making playlists of games and having like easy front end access.
As much as
for that sort of stuff. Yeah.
As much as I don't like how RetroArch does a lot of things, it might also be helpful to do that. Although I don't know, when you launch stuff through launch, now we're talking a little casually, but when you launch stuff through Launchbox, do you specifically say like, hey, I want this category of things to launch in this program?
You can absolutely set it that way.
Okay,
yes.
then yeah, I might not need to do
So you can use any emulator you want theoretically, and if you know the command line stuff, which you can find for a lot of emulators, you can have it boot directly into games, even if it's an emulator that has like a front end that tries to surface games in its own way. You can bypass a lot of those screens.
Yeah, I figured that must have been the
game.
case, just for the fact that we do GameCube games and RetroArch does not. I will say, though, I've mostly not been having problems with Dolphin on my stable build. Go figure.
I don't even think it was. Like, I know people got on my ass about the nightly build I was using, but I think the specific issues I was having that people were attributing to the nightly build were, in fact, just issues with UI or some configuration settings I had toyed with that would have been, like, generalized to any build of Dolphin.
It might also help for me that when I play Dolphin on my end and I'm doing GameCube, I am using a GameCube controller. So there's not a lot of weird setup I have to do. I just have to tell it, hey, GameCube.
I don't remember if I ever mentioned this to you directly, Cass, but you remember the fight night me and Sid did, and I had a theme?
Yes.
That was the one. That was partly because I wanted to see how you would hold up with using Dolphin, and that stream went fine.
Like, when it works, it's fine. It's when anything goes wrong and having to work through, like, dozens of poorly configured, horrible UI menus, and then having to bind controllers on the fly.
I think that night everything we did was on the Wii and used the classic controller. So maybe that made it smoother.
Yeah.
But the part of it was just like, okay, Dolphin stuff happens. I'm curious how you would hold up with a fight night centered around it, and it was fine. It was weird.
I mean, what also helped is that I did prep before the show to make sure every game I knew what control scheme it was using and stuff. We do a lot of variety streams. People only come in for the playthroughs. If that audience exists, if that's a sect of our audience. We do a lot of theme nights and stuff where we're bouncing back and forth between games, and I can't always prepare every game beforehand. So sometimes I have to improvise and figure shit out on the fly, and that's where Dolphin is the absolute fucking worst. Because so many Wii games control in such wildly different ways that having to have different configurations of what orientation the virtual controller is being held. Whether it's a Wiimote or a GameCube controller or a classic controller, and so on and so forth.
I did make the effort to make sure they were all classic controller games. At least.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome back.
Are you still?
I like they picked this outfit for her. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Showing off the abs. Giving something to aspire to as a...
Show me.
You ever see her design in 5, by the way?
Yes, because I've played 5.
Bit weird, isn't it, what they did to her?
What, putting the jacket and stuff on? What?
No. Look up that design again. Okay. I mean less her outfit and more her character.
What am I looking for here? I'm looking at her on my screen.
She's beautiful.
Are you talking about like her skin tone being a little different?
Yes.
Or?
It maybe looks worse in engine, but she is like tones lighter. It's very strange. And what's even weirder is one of the customization items makes it even paler. So I don't know what they were going for. Yeah, I don't know if they thought she was supposed to be tan at first or what.
You know, I'm thinking right now about how I'm doing this fight, and like specifically going for those 2 hits before trying to go for a throw because of how the frame data is. That it seems like that's the opportune time to go for a throw. And I was thinking about how Cass does not care about the frame data situation, all that kind of stuff. But I was watching a video last night from Leon Macy, or Massey.
Good.
And he was talking about
Shortly.
fighting game fundamentals in terms of balance and stuff like that. But he was using analogies comparing it to Counter-Strike. And I was like, oh, maybe Cass would like that.
Maybe. I like Leon Massey seems good enough as a someone who can make FGC nonsense seem accessible. But also, like, when you talk about like frame data in Counter-Strike, you're like talking about like reload skips and weapon swaps to skip reloads, and maybe like some B-hop stuff.
So he wasn't really talking about frame data specifically. He was talking about the video is mostly actually about like opportunity and like picking like what options you have available based on damage versus like cost. So one of the things he was talking about was in Counter-Strike Go, there was this pistol that completely broke the meta. I forget what it was called. You might know what it was.
The revolver?
Yeah, the revolver thing. Because it just, like, invalidated everything between that and the AWP. I don't remember the exact point, so I'm not going to butcher it.
It was very high damage. You could one-shot with it, and it cost, because economy is a big deal in Counter-Strike, that it was relatively inexpensive for the amount of damage it output, which was comparable to an AWP. But, the trade-off was that you had to cock the hammer back and, like, basically do a charge shot with it, so I never fucked with it. But, like, a big difference between a Counter-Strike and a fighting game for me is that every character is effectively the same in a Counter-Strike in a first-person shooter, outside of the class-based ones, which I don't fuck with. I don't fuck with class-based shooters for the same reason I don't fuck with fighting games, which is that I don't want to memorize every character and their bespoke movesets.
So part of what he was saying was, again, I'm very much kind of summarizing and maybe misrepresenting here, but I think his comparison would not be between characters in a like a Counter-Strike to characters in a fighting game, but more like your weapons in a Counter-Strike.
Yes. As a character, but the other thing, I get that. I completely understand that. But at the same time, like, the only rule that matters in first-person shooter, is who shoots first. In most cases, in 90% of encounters, it's just who has advantage, who is looking at the angle correctly,
and he does address
firing at all. Yeah,
and he does address like that there is a difference, considering that there's a one-hit kill nature to a lot of weapons in that. I don't know. I'm still watching that video. I think it's an interesting video.
So
I think he does
like,
a comparison, or he does an analogy with Buckshot Roulette that I think kind of he loses the plot on a little bit, and it gets more confusing than I think he meant it to be. But it seems like a scrap. Go on.
Just to effectively summate, like, my main issue with fighting games is, well, there's two main issues I have. One is like the Tekken school of, well, I got hit once and now I'm locked into a combo I can't escape from, and there goes my health bar, and I got to have no actions in this fight. And to me, that is just like, well, fuck this. Toss this in the fucking garbage if I can lose a fight based on one failed encounter, and if I have to just sit and live with that. Now, you can make the point of comparison that first-person shooters have you dying in one shot, but, you have respawns, they're team-based in some capacity, and you have the same... even as a beginner, you have theoretically the same ability to output that versus someone who has mastered specific combos as a fighting game. But that's a whole other... The thing that really gets me fundamentally is just variety of characters and how to be effective in a fighting game. It's not just knowing your character that you want to play as, it is knowing every character inside and out in order to be competitive. It is knowing the frame data, knowing exactly what moves are capable of, having to learn the animations that precede the move, your windows of time, all this stuff, the hours and hours and hours of study you have to do to be effective as a fighting game player.
And that is not unique to fighting games, because I can think of like RTSs or MOBAs as well, especially MOBAs, where that is
especially
also the
MOBAs,
case.
sure.
But yeah, I mean not to negate what you're saying, just saying that that's not a uniquely fighting game.
It's not unique, but it's the same. Like I said, I raised the same point, which is that I have the same issue with class-based hero shooters, right? The likes of an Overwatch. I don't give a fuck to learn every character and their unique abilities. and like the counters and which characters are weak and which characters are superior and the balance of that and having to counterpick.
If it seems like I'm meandering, I'm trying to find whatever upgrades in here.
I know. I'm trying to buy you time here. That's why I brought up this subject conversation, because I recognized you were. I don't know. I just like immediacy. I like quick encounters. I like just reaction more than I like having to be so super well studied in the intricacies of every character that I could potentially run into.
Well, maybe you would like the game Footsies.
Yeah, I mean, I like Virtua Fighter well enough, and a lot of that is sentimental.
And I can see why. Yeah. Well, also, it's very quick, and the difference is it's more about the martial arts than the individual character there. But there is a lot of universal truths between characters.
Yeah,
the joke
absolutely.
I was making when I've said a couple of times in the playthrough is low punches are just incredibly powerful in Virtual Fighting. And that's kind of just across the board because it's just a universal move everyone has. And there's some even I like fighting games a lot. And even some stuff you said I agree with. Like I've never actually learned frame data. Like I think that would ruin the fun for me. Like at the most,
no.
I might.
Oh, damn it.
I'll learn stuff with a character of like, okay, yes, this move is unsafe if the player blocks it. So I won't use it. But that's about the limit.
Johnny up like 5% in Discord, by the way.
That's what I was just doing.
Thank you.
I think it was the automatic gain stuff, and unfortunately, Minnie insists on being my co-host, so I think Discord tries to pick her up.
Yes, I heard, before you got really loud, I did hear the snoring.
Yeah. I know what it is. I was just like in the chair, and she's like, "Right, well, I'm coming over now."
He loves you.
I think
getting ready for stream.
Talk about like universal truths. I mean, the universal truth of me, of Cassidy, in the way I engage with games, is that I have very particular tastes. Like I hope people understand that when I talk about how platformers suck, fighting games sucks, that I'm being a little bit cheeky. That I'm obviously just
there it is.
What I actually mean to say is that these aren't for me. I can appreciate the artistry, I can appreciate design because I played a lot of fucking games, but they're just not my cup of tea.
You are still working hard in order to surpass someone? Continue.
Yeah, he's losing his motivation to even respond to these people.
In engaging with this, yeah.
Allow me to
just give him a nod.
I would be curious. So there's a bit of learning you'd have to do. But I think the point with some fighting games, they do the juggle thing too much. Where it's like, oh yeah, you let a hit get in. Well, now you're just sitting there for 10 to 20 seconds. I wonder how you would feel about Killer Instinct that gives you potential counters when you're in those juggle positions.
I could say
that's great. I looked at the combo strings for those games, and it makes me want to delete everything.
I have a feeling
my computer
already because I know how that interacts with another one of Cass's points that they said earlier. Because to do proper combo breakers, you have to kind of know in advance what that character is stringing into to hit the correct button at the right time. So that is a case of kind of memorizing other moves.
I'd say
Guilty Gear has those. What's that meter that you use in Guilty Gear to break out of stuff? Yeah, that's. I think that's a good solution to that for me. I like having that option in a fighting game that gives it to me. And I got a bit of mileage out of Strive, playing Strive because of that button. I was like, okay, I don't feel like I'm completely trapped now.
Yeah. I think you could think you don't have to learn the strings. You just have to. You can kind of tell by the speed of animations, as long as this is
I can't read animations mid-sequence.
Yeah,
I don't have that level of...
You train well. Let me show you the beauty of Ensei Ken.
It's the same thing where people are like, here's the wind-up for this, and if you see this animation, I'm like, I'm not reading that. I can't react to, a bespoke sprite that's meant to indicate that if I catch this one frame, I know what move is going to come up next. I just can't react on a frame by frame basis. I mean, a great thing about first-person shooters is that you can overcome a lot of that by just like understanding the concept of pre-firing, understanding what the hot points on a map are, or just using like some level of intuition to be like, well, I'm walking into this room and I can assume there will be someone to the left or right of me waiting for me to pass through the doorway. So I have a 50-50 shot of looking at the right angle. Right, so those are the natural sort of counters in that.
Yeah, there was. It will always stick with me just because it's so weird. There was a online game of Metal Gear Solid Online, the Metal Gear Solid 4 version, where there was some team that was organized in that way, where it was like, after a while I figured out, okay, the reactions are not amazing. They've just learned where to aim so that if you come around a corner, they're just going to pop you in the head.
Yep.
Not because they know you're coming, it's just they know the angle. Because once I started doing the stuff you normally wouldn't do in that game, like use the cover mechanic, they couldn't hit me anymore.
Yeah, there's always a counter to those sorts of strategies. I mean, it's why, like, why campers used to be, like, the worst thing you could be in a video game. And, like, it never bothered me. You're going to find out, aren't you? Save state before you do it, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, campers never bother me because I'm like, well, there's counters to that. I can toss a flashbang and then I can adjust my timing so when they start shooting, I'm not there. If they're like, they're pre-practiced in such a way.
No.
There you go.
Oh, I didn't even do the cool hero pose land.
All right, so I thought that was the way forward up there, and it's not. So now we do have to search again.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was something with the cranes because you did. Yeah, this whole level, every aspect of it's been bad.
All right, I'm going.
I was about to ask you to turn on your smell-o-vision like we're playing Gollum still. I'm like, all right, sniff out where the direction is.
It might be this. I think I activated these purple things.
Whee!
Okay, now what?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, there's not enough momentum to get up there.
Alright, so maybe there's another switch I'm missing. Those kind of show up on the map, though, so... Yep.
Oh, okay, so the purple... I was going to ask. So the purple ones are unactivated.
There we are.
There we go, okay.
Merzbun in chat says, never before has a game been in more need of yellow paint.
I mean, it's a funny thing, that whole discussion around yellow paint, because a lot of people don't realize that if you took yellow paint out of those games, or the equivalent, because there are other ways to do yellow paint style navigation, but I think that ends up being in games a lot. Because honestly a lot of players don't navigate areas well. Like, the amount of times developers have to change stuff because they're going to focus testing and barely anyone will follow where they're going. But in a game like this, the problem is just this game isn't built for this kind of platforming navigation stuff. So yellow paint here would just be... literally would be painting over the problem as opposed to... fix.
The comment that people will make, or the argument people will make, is that yellow paint and things like it, that kind of, it's signposting is what it is. It is the actual technical term or design term for it, is that it's a band-aid for bad level design. It's a band-aid for, we didn't know how to make a level like intuitive to navigate in such a way that you can just like context clue your way through it, or otherwise understand like the direction that we intend for you to go. And so we just paint arrows on the ground. And this shit has always been around. You go back and play some Doom, and look at the differences between levels that John Romero designed, which flow so naturally because of his iterative play design, philosophy of game design, as he calls it. And then look at like fucking Sandy Peterson levels where there's literally arrows drawn onto the ground to help you navigate the city. So even within the same video game, just completely diametrically opposed schools of thought when it comes to design.
Please tell me there's a save spot before the boss. This has been a long level.
And yeah, you could definitely do it more diegetic. Imagine me as in chat referencing the Resident Evil 2 remake versus Resident Evil 4 remake. The one I think of is that
Save
weird
on the left.
Dead Rising Deluxe remaster that added it for... I don't know why they added it. But like they added it to the Carlos fight, even though like in the cutscene they show you where to go. Just like takes any decision making out of that fight. It's so strange.
Is that a save phone booth on the left over there?
It
like
is,
behind
and
the red wall?
they've
Okay.
blocked it off. So I have to survive this.
You have full health. You'll be fine.
I don't know why this game is so weirdly stingy with saves. It's not a true RPG, so it doesn't have that kind of, oh, I might want to go back because I need a grind or I use up too many items. It's not that type of game.
I mean, the answer is because they wanted to drag out the play time and punish players who died and make you rerun things. You know, which is a band-aid all its own, and compensating for another lack of design, which is, you know, pacing and momentum, and you know the amount of time it takes to get through a level, and skill ceiling stuff, and the increase in difficulty of combat encounters, and so on and so forth. But also, I'm not the one playing this, so I can't, like, I can look at this and I can make like some assumptions, but you know, it would be Charky who can say, like, you know, how the scaling up of difficulty of combat encounters really feels in this, how acutely that is influencing.
Oh shit! It's
how
been
frustrating the saves are.
It's been enough that like I've had to complete a level, and then be like, that was way too hard. Like the that ninja fight in the start of the last episode. Like I had to go grind out because I was like, if this is the level we're working at from here on forward, this is too much. And right now, it's like they're throwing more of these enemies that take forever to fight, and it's becoming very annoying with the limits of my SP bar. And you know, there's mandatory grinding.
Up a little fucking quicker. Yeah.
There's mandatory grinding too, because you know when I get those tests, I'm gonna have to get my hunter rank up. And also, you have to have a high enough hunter rank to take on those side missions.
I'll have to talk about it a little bit more whenever we do finish this, but this is honestly a game where it probably could have used more RPG systems. You know, if you actually did gain stats with levels, or you had item inventory.
They have that whole like stat thing with the bunny, but it's just basically like, hey, what form do you want it to take? There's a bunch of forms, and most of them aren't very good. Okay, there's someone spawned over here. Oh, he's up. He's up there.
He's inside the dangling cargo container.
Yeah. All right, well, where's the thing I just grabbed onto?
Also, one thing I've tried to do, you know, because the whole premise of this game is that these are abandoned servers, and I've tried to, you know, challenge the game on that. But this level in particular really just does not feel like that premise at all.
Oh, it's a military server, you know.
It's just
for military.
You know, I mentioned in previous streams about getting into any Austin stuff, and that has encouraged me to look at games in a similar way to how he does.
Okay.
And you just can't really with this game.
So I was hoping to get to a place where, like, between levels there'd be a cutscene where I could step away for a moment to use the restroom, but this level never ends. So I think we're gonna have to take a brief intermission. So you know, sit tight. We will be back in a few minutes. Okay, we're back. Well, let's see. I'm hoping this is the boss. I don't remember anything saying like, hey, there's a virtuous soul in this area, right?
I didn't see anything to that effect, no.
Yeah. Okay. Can't jump up there. All right.
Yeah, had a feeling.
Yeah, but I have a feeling this is going to end in a boss fight, so I wouldn't want to be
away from it. Yeah.
Oh, it's Goober again. Oh, it's him.
Why is he sad? I mean, I get that, like, you know, this guy doesn't like his lady friend, but...
I wanted to go on the boat.
You're worried about her, aren't you? You should think more about your own safety.
Toka's fought by my side. What is it that she's done? What do you know about her?
Say something like I know everything.
Used to be an investigator in charge of crimes that took place in Nexus.
Oh, you're actually going to explain shit.
My partner and I were secretly investigating a certain organization.
CSI Nexus.
Against them.
You mean...
It was a difficult and dangerous investigation, and we had trouble finding any real evidence.
They used a VPN.
We got lucky and made contact with a research facility worker who promised to get us some data that we could use as evidence. She was the one who was our connection to the inside back then.
Toka was?
She was so very cooperative at first. But in the end, she betrayed us all. In order to protect classified information, you can't risk your backup data being taken. And while my partner was logged in without backup data, the Syndicate took him down. And now, my partner, Raud, will never wake up.
See, I was right about the whole backup data thing.
That's only part of the story, though.
Oh, hi, Raud. I assume.
It's been a long time, Shat.
No, I think it's a
Kingdom
different
Hearts,
guy.
motherfucker.
How's that partner of yours been?
Huh.
Moon.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Shat himself. I told you not to call me that.
Someone as straight-faced as you would be here now.
I've got a lot of free time now, thanks to you.
Took up some hobbies. It's like a ship in a bottle.
Relax, isn't it?
Get out of here. This is my fight.
No, I'll fight too.
Just go. You'll only...
There's a boss fight for every level. I have to... Alright.
It doesn't matter.
You know, despite everything, I bet you can kick his ass.
We already know what the boy is capable of. Is this one final act of mercy? It's not like you to sacrifice yourself in the line of duty.
Duty?
You have no idea what sacrifice is.
Is he just
What was
smiling?
that smile?
Expect the boy to do. You're a fool.
I don't care what happens.
Then I guess you'll just have to let fate run its course.
Are they zombies now?
I think they're just programs. Well, good luck, I guess.
Cinema, absolute cinema.
So if you die in the Nexus and you haven't backed up, it's not just you forget your memories, you go into a coma.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, the Nexus has a police force, I guess.
Unless he was like a
That's
private
everything
eye.
to drop on us.
No, I think he did
No,
imply
no.
that he was like official.
Yeah,
police.
he made it sound very official, yeah.
Are we playing Virtua on?
That'd be appropriate.
Imagine a version of Virtua Quest where it's like every Sega franchise. You can learn moves like you can learn Sonic moves, you can learn Virtua moves. Incorporate all of them into your fighting style.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Where's Virtua Tennis?
Get out of my way!
Oh, sorry. All right. Didn't mean to be a bother.
Sorry, I'm always in the way.
Yeah, it's speculation. I get the impression that this translation is not amazing with how poorly sometimes the dialogue fits the the cutscene, the way the motion capture emotes. But who knows, it could just be a bad Japanese script as well.
So I don't think I'm going to be able to throw loop this guy. Or juggle him.
Signs point to no on that, yeah.
So I like how we now have a lock on camera.
Ow.
This game was capable of it the whole time, we just weren't allowed it.
You can't even really attack him when he gets down like
it's
that.
Weird. You down him and he gets iframes. It's so strange.
Unless he has another trick or a second phase, this doesn't seem like that hard of a fight. Even though I got hit just then.
I wonder if this is based on a Virtua on...
I did say it, like, I did kind of glide over one of the letters, but it is virtual on. I know people get upset if you say it the wrong way.
Those people are called fucking nerds.
This is a shame. I thought Sega would keep that name in future for most stuff.
You know what? I'm gonna go get a health. Hey, I found a problem with this lock-on camera. Trying to disengage to go get health.
Oh yeah, because you can't manually enable and disable it. Yeah.
There it is.
I think you got this guy.
There we go.
Yeah, nice move.
As long as there's no phase 2. God, I hope I get everything in this level because I don't want to do this again off screen.
Ever again.
Yeah.
Just what is the meaning of all this?
What am I fighting for?
Just what am I supposed to believe?
And also, who are you?
But someone believes in you.
His name is Jesus Christ.
You're never alone. If you want to know the truth, you'll need to see it with your own eyes.
What? Just who are you?
That was very genuine.
What is it that you want me to do?
Confusion there.
That's not something for outsiders to know.
Logout block removed. Logout commencing.
Are you gonna go help your friend? You're gonna go help that other guy? Or
Nah,
gonna log
he's
out?
got it.
Cool.
I'm confused. We know that guy's name's Raold. Does Say not know that?
Say's never met that guy before.
No, he did. He told him about the virtuous cells.
No, that guy is not. That guy is not Raoud.
No.
No, that's our dad. That's obviously our dad. He looks exactly like our dad, except with like different hair, huh?
Yeah, but I swear
Say's
that's
abilities
his
have
character's
changed.
name, though. Oh yeah, remember I told you about this? Yeah, you've got the heavy type now.
Huh.
So you used a lot of heavy attacks.
Well, I would have rather not have this, to be honest. Because
Yeah,
now
this
my
is a weird
synapse break time
mechanic.
is going to be shorter.
Yeah, that's that bit in the manual I told you about last time.
Took long enough for that to, go into effect.
Yeah. Like, when I looked up long plays, like, most of them didn't even happen.
Say, we've got trouble. What do you want, Hayami? Don't take that tone with me. I'm letting you know that I've got some info. Look, just listen. I found a hunter that I can't contact even though he's logged in. So, I got to thinking.
Yeah, that's called on invisible mode.
Been caught, and... Oh, that's got nothing to do with me anymore. Look, I don't know why you're so ticked off, but you should at least let me finish what I'm saying. Anyhow, I've brought this hunter's little sister with me. Hey!
I'm adopting her.
Oh yeah, this lady again.
Ah, it's you! Oh, let me just get to the point. I need to ask you a favor. Please?
A favor?
Yes. Hayami says you're the only one who can do it.
Why me? I'm sure there are better hunters who can help you.
I'm just a protagonist.
No other hunter can help. It has to be you because you can use virtuous souls.
Why does Phong bother believing in me? She's just doing what her heart tells her, I guess. What about me, though? How do I really feel about Toka?
Will you hear me out?
Did you just type, like, /whisper or something?
Yeah. I didn't mean to snap at you.
Why? What's the matter anyway?
It's no big deal. It's nothing. So, what's this favor?
It's about my big brother. I mentioned him before. He logged into the server and he hasn't come back. I want you to go look for him. I can't get onto that server because my rank is too low.
I see. There, see? Didn't I tell you you could leave it to old Sei here? Okay, I'll see what I can do then.
Anything for a girl.
My brother's name is Fei. He's got a white hunter's glove on. It's pretty rare.
But yours is white, isn't it?
For the server he went to.
Or I guess it's yellow. Eh.
I'm not a high enough rank to get onto this server, though. ExA, huh? Yeah, you should be able to make that rank with no problem, though. Okay. You stay here and wait, in case Fei comes back.
I wonder if I hadn't done that grinding off stream,
I'll be sure
if I would be ready for it now or not.
okay?
Yeah.
See? You just can't say no to a girl who's in trouble. What was that? But be careful, Sei.
Oh, he looked pissed.
I've looked into things a bit, and it seems like quite a few people who have logged into that server haven't come back. At any rate, you need to get your ExA rank first.
That is not how I pronounced ExA the first time.
Your ExA rank.
Alright. Apparently that mission took 1 hour.
Oh, it felt like 2.
Yeah, funny. It's a sign of a good game where it feels like it takes way longer.
That's how you know you're getting your money's worth, because it's so jam-packed with content.
Anyone have a side mission for me?
This is a present from me.
Thank you for the subscription, Mayor's Bun.
Grind that ELO Virtua Quest boy.
Wait, what was... Because you're looking for Virtuous Souls, I thought you might be interested. It may just be a rumor, though. Well...
I believe
cool.
that's his dialogue for giving you that server address.
Oh, okay. Stuck on that.
Yeah.
Alright, I don't think anyone here is going to have me.
Virtuous Souls are so last mission, dude. Change your text. I guess we don't care about that anymore. We don't care about anything anymore.
I swear, if you find lost data from the same Virtua fighter, it's more powerful. More powerful than Virtuous. Okay, well... I think I have to go back to the first place, which was... Loa?
Loa!
Aloha.
It's still weird to me how much people know about the Virtuous Souls when apparently you're the only guy who could use them.
Yes, I am. All right.
Thank God you ground off stream.
I do that for the show a lot of the games I play. For some reason, I play the ones that require grinding. I'm gonna give this a real shot, and then if I completely fuck it up, I'll start using save states. Oh, come on.
Well, you have to remember that that was not a designated ledge you could grab onto platform. Even though there's no indications which ones are designated.
Okay, come on.
Oh, I felt how jank that looked.
All of a sudden, it feels like I can't grip my controller correctly, you know? Alright.
Lime generator said he should have been cut out because he's looked awful. Yeah, I'm not sure why they're there. I get the the initial tests for teaching you stuff. But they're so concentrated on you practicing this platforming as opposed to the combat.
I was thinking about stamina system like in Gollum. Like, no, I don't have to worry about that here.
That's the problem with going back and forth between so many games.
At least this isn't hard. Although for some reason I am expecting me to hit jump to get up and then just falling off.
This is fun, right? This is gameplay?
Yeah, this is helping me be a better hunter.
I'm trying to think what game learner, like if you're gonna make the player shimmy, like give them like the fastest possible speed.
I mean, that's just called wall running. Most games that would.
Oh yeah, but there's some game I've played where you're doing that kind of, grapple side movement, but you're doing it at running speed.
Right.
So it's essentially like a wall run, just you're anchored.
Like a Mirror's Edge, maybe.
Oh no, Mirror's Edge was bad for it. It was really slow.
Yeah, I guess that does parse. That was a game I don't like.
Oh, I like Mirror's Edge. I thought the ending was hokey, but I liked it.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Outdoor. Oh, this game. Like, yeah, a lot of this platforming I would have cut early on. Like, 3D platforming standards were so much higher by this point.
Alright. Now I don't know what.
Ben, there's another grapple point just out camera view.
No. Well.
Above you?
No.
Take a leap of faith, I guess. They're not giving you many choices.
No, because that's that. Do I need to go back? Is it just not actually here? No, that can't be right.
Horrible.
Do you know what? I
What?
bet there's somewhere you can land below you.
No.
Because it looks like you have to go down and then go up what looks like a staircase. You see the...
No, that's where I was there way earlier. That's like the start of the level.
Oh, is that where you started?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Can I make this? Well, it would help if the double jump actually
Yeah.
did its thing. Okay, you know what? Pardon me for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, I can tell what you're gonna do here. Yep.
Here. Load is F1. Okay.
I thought you were gonna get the free cam out again. And
Yeah,
just-
that's
no,
what I thought.
no.
Yeah.
Not sure how much that would actually help me. Okay, what if I go over here?
Oh, that was just to trick you.
These are the worst parts of the game, I think. Maybe?
Yeah.
As frustrating as some of the other stuff in the levels are, I think this is like...
Well, because I don't
shouldn't
think
be
we've had
here, straight up.
Yeah, because nothing in the levels has ever killed you for messing up platforming.
The boats. Jumping between the boats drains your health.
Yeah, but
health,
it's not an instant loss like in this.
Or like pushing you back to like the beginning of an area.
Right, EXA level
It's
1.
trying to get better.
Which
there's
means
a level above this.
we have to do more grinding off stream. Maybe there's a... Maybe in XA there's a hidden portal to the VIP area. You have to actually subscribe. You know you have to pay money to be in Mensa on like a subscription basis, which
That's how
I
they
feel
get
like
you. Yep.
I feel like if you pay money to be in Mensa, that's proof that you shouldn't be
Should
in
not
Mensa.
be in Mensa. You should be disqualified. Yeah.
It's so lame they didn't make these different areas that different looking.
Phong ruins.
So yeah, we changed the color palette a bit.
Yeah, let me just say that, like, you know, I can understand wanting to log into the world in .hack, right? You know, it's an immersive MMO experience. I can understand some virtual worlds that you would want to inhabit and be a part of. This shit, the Nexus, looks like it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Looks fucking boring. Like, this hunting stuff that you're doing is supposed to be on the fringe. The part where you visit websites that are like turned into like navigable places is not what the typical user experience is. So what is the typical user experience? Is it just like bucking around in these lobbies?
How much money everything costs. Well, I'm gonna buy this now because this might make, you know, grinding off stream a little easier. And then I'm gonna have to replace some of my stuff with this and hope that it all fits. But that's a problem for future me.
Yeah.
Yeah, current you has different problems.
Huh?
To what?
Also, this guy's face is so much more compressed
You know
than
what?
everyone else.
Yeah, I'll beat the shit out of you. There's a warehouse in Darkness Port. Can you defeat all the enemies under 1 minute? Alright.
He looks like a prototype model for Say that they
Yes.
decided didn't have enough detail, and then they still had it sitting around in the files, and they're like, well, we gotta do something with this. It's fully rendered.
Yeah, no, this...
Am I in media res on this conversation? Oh. Well, I mean, you want me to do, like, a dropkick on you to prove you're wrong?
But yeah, the whole, you know, premise caveat of these being servers and virtual worlds, like, it's barely justified. And the worlds themselves also, they don't evoke anything that feels digitally constructed either. Like, they don't seem functional from that standpoint. Aesthetically, they just look like boring real places.
You know what they're also lacking in is any Virtua Fighter shit. I guess we got, like, you know, the feudal castle town. Like, you know, we got that, and I guess there is, like, a stage in Virtua Fighter where you can see, like, a shrine in the background. So that's the closest we've come. Also, I guess, you know, most Virtua Fighter stages are pretty just singular or pretty
Yeah.
So I guess what can you do? Here's the sandy beach with a stone stage in the middle of it. I guess it wouldn't be the most exciting video game level for this kind of game, would it?
Oh, look up.
Oh, look at that though.
Wait, that is a Virtua Fighter level though, isn't it? It was a stone arena.
Yeah, that could have been a stage.
Join Global Core. Anything else, or is it just gonna be that? No. Virtual reality system. Yeah, that's a
stage. That is
stage.
definitely Virtua Fighter 4. Yeah. Yeah, this is just Virtua Fighter 4 stages.
We get to see 2 of them, and then it goes. All right.
Do you think that the people who developed Phantasy Star Online 2 saw these video billboards and were like, you know what these would be great for? Putting advertisements in our game that just play on virtual billboards in the lobby. We were cooking 20 years ago or whenever.
Unless Universe had that. I don't know if Universe had that for their online lobbies. I only very briefly checked that one out. I do need to check out the fan servers for Universe at some point.
I remember when Counter-Strike 1.6 started advertising billboards into maps, into like the main rotation maps that just had like advertisements for various PC like services and component shops and whatnot. Remember Blacklight Tango Down before Retribution?
Yes.
And how it had this Alienware ads you would have to...
Yeah. No, I played a decent chunk in that first one.
Fuck.
Didn't we come here to challenge some guy?
Yeah, we're challenging his challenge, which was to get everyone in under a minute.
I mean, we only have to take his word for it that he even did it in a minute.
I can't do this. You know what? I'm gonna have to do this mission later. After I level up, get better attack chips and stuff. I don't think I can.
What
do
if it's
it.
strictly necessary for progression?
No, because I have the other thing. I have the actual mission ready.
Slime Generator mentioning thinking about Obama buying ads in video games. Yeah, I think I missed out of it because of regional stuff, but when it's ads in Burnout Paradise or something?
I'm a little worried about how long this level could take. This level took like 2 hours. If we start this, we gotta finish this. The server ruin motif. There are many traps laying about. Do we want to go for it?
It's your call, Sharky.
I don't know. I could. I'm worried about y'all.
I can sit through anything. Let's do it.
All right.
Is my take, but also Johnny, you should find the long play and see how long this level takes compared to.
Yep. I shall.
Yeah, I could bounce out of this level if need be.
So, this is where Fawn's brother went, huh?
I believe that mechanisms have been reactivated.
The long play is maybe 90% as long as the darkness port.
Mechanisms? You mean like traps?
80%.
Yeah, maybe we should
Please avoid them.
save this for next time.
Let's see. Long play does it in about 40 to 50 minutes.
You say that like it's so easy.
Longplay probably knows what they're doing and is not going to be poking around like I am, trying to find everything.
True, yeah.
Do you think we maybe call it a little early today? Save this for next time, then?
Yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Well, let me bring us up while I go look at the lost data.
It's hard to tell
again
when these levels have good breakpoints.
So, we managed to do a singular level today, so let's hear some thoughts about where we're at now. We'll get Johnny out of the way first, and then Cass can give more extensive thoughts.
Yeah. It's It's a shame. Sometimes the game does inventive levels, and sometimes it's like, these are just generic places that really don't sell the whole digital premise. And now we're in this awkward point where all these characters around us all know the story and are alluding to it, but won't say what's going on. So we've had revelations that we don't really have the full context for, so just more's happened that has left us more confused now. So, you know, the main hook, you know, the overall story and how it links into things has gotten worse, in my opinion, at this point. Like, you can't just start putting big big revelations in when it's like, oh, by the way, you didn't even know there was a law enforcement in the Nexus until now. Like, it's not MacGuffin writing, but it's writing for convenience of like, oh, this part of the universe only comes up now because it's relevant to this scene and shit like that. And yeah, you know, the gameplay has not much changed, but the level design in that previous level was real bad. Like, aesthetically and to navigate, it looked horrendous. And yeah, so hopefully this area is more interesting. It's more fantasy, which is a good sign.
All right, and Cass, what are your thoughts at the moment?
Wow, what a slog, huh?
Yeah.
This horrible pacing in this game, the escalation of how long these levels take, and how mixed with how uninteresting they are visually, aesthetically, how little they do to convey the feeling of Virtua Fighter, which is, you know, granted, like Virtua Fighter 4 by this point was fairly grounded. It was fairly like, you know, going to a gymnasium to fight or what have you. So, you know, what's really coming to focus, I guess, is just like how this was the wrong fit for Virtua Fighter spin-off. How this is absolutely like the wrong direction to take a Virtua Fighter spin-off. Because, I mean, as much as Virtua Fighter does deal in like the combat data of downloading the moves, in the same way that, you know, I guess like Tekken does that to a certain extent, right? Or no, King of Fighters is what I'm thinking. No, not King of Fighters.
No, Dead or
What
Alive.
am I thinking of? Dead or Alive.
Dead or
thank you.
Alive.
Oh.
Yeah, Douglas had the glasses that.
Nest
Fame
Saga
Douglas?
Nest Saga in King of Fighters did that too.
Yeah, so it is a common trope in fighting games.
But it's just like, this is just such an ill-advised project from the word go, is what's really coming to focus here. Just how tangentially related it is to the thing that it is ostensibly rooting all of its lore in, how disconnected it feels despite that, how fucking boring these characters are, and how trite this kind of plot is, which has been done to death. Even by 2004, pre-Sword Art Online, this shit had already been done to death. Man, just what a waste. And you know, the combat seems like it can be occasionally engaging, very occasionally perhaps, but the platforming is for no one, and too much time is spent in this game engaging with that. Any time at all spent engaging with the platforming is too much time by my measure. Mixing your Virtua Fighter with Phantasy Star Online, and then the conclusion you come to being, let's put platforming in there, which is present in neither of those properties, is just, I shudder to think. I cannot put myself in the shoes of these designers and how they came to the conclusions they came to. And that translates to, like, navigating these levels as well, is that you can't, like, what I see you struggling with, Sharky, is putting yourself in the headspace of, like, the iterative design of the navigation of how those developers intended for you to progress through these levels, particularly when it comes to the platforming, particularly when it comes to navigating large open areas and opening sequences of doors and whatnot. So yeah, I think that's the problem. I think it's just like it's so disconnected in a multitude of ways, and that seems deeply frustrating. And I'm glad I'm not playing it.
I would say, I'm going to keep my thoughts brief, but I would say that it's becoming like more and more and more apparent that if this game was going to exist as it is, as this weird action RPG sort of, you know, side story thing, it should have been more of a straight beat 'em up. That all of this like exploration platforming stuff is not doing it any favors. because it is really getting in the way and making this more of a slog. Also, that last level we did, again, like John said, really poorly laid out and way too long. Because like in real time, I would say most of these levels either take like around an hour. Maybe second time through you can get it a little under an hour. But that was basically a whole episode we just did on one level. And jeez, it's wearing out its welcome. And it didn't have much of a welcome to begin with. But I don't know, I feel like maybe the Virtua Fighter stuff should have been more front and center. Like, even though this is, like, you know, supposed to be in the Virtua Fighter universe, I feel like maybe by this point in the game, like late mid-game, we should be finding out more about how that connects to what's going on. Like, I'm sure at the very end, it'll be like, oh, this is why it relates to Judgment 6. I don't think we know enough for how late we are in the game, especially to really care. It just feels like we're getting dragged along.
You know what I would do if I had the horrible idea that I was forced to work on? If I was a developer held at gunpoint, told to turn Virtua Fighter into some online lobby, exploring, you know, dead internet sort of game, I would quit, first of all. But if I was forced to, if like, you know, my livelihood depended on it, I would have it be like a fighting game that players are playing. Just go full meta with it. Have it be like, well, the purpose of this online world is to fight other players, like, and so like set up matches around that. Then maybe have like some out of bounds stuff where you travel out of bounds to see what's behind the scenes, and that's where you're finding the virtuous souls or whatever else. Like there are ways.
Oh yeah, you finished.
There are ways you could do this combination of things that would make some sort of sense, but they all have to come back to being a fighting game. It has to come back to one-on-one fights. So, you know, you say further direction of a beat-em-up, I say further in the direction of a 3D fighter, where it's focused on one-on-one encounters, like the boss encounters. It should just all be boss encounters. This is what it should be. And maybe the occasional, like, well, now this gang's gonna gang up on you. Now you're dealing with like a multiple, like a group of fighters, a gang of fighters who you have to fend off, and, you know, having systems in place for that.
I mean, that's still like a beat 'em up at that point. Like, you can compare that to like a Tekken Force or something.
But ultimately, this whatever this is does not work, and that's the end conclusion you have to come to from an objective standpoint, is that this is a melding of things that do not go together.
But yeah, if they had leaned into it being like a competition thing, you know, like, oh, these are people online find each other, that would have been pretty poignant, because the single player modes in like Virtua Fighter 4 onwards are those like fake arcade tours where you're like in you're a pseudo competitor traveling between arcades. So there was at least some precedent that you could have built down, like, oh, this is the future version where people, you know, they're not only traveling, they're traveling digitally into arcades and they're becoming the fighters. And that would have been the fun way. I still think you could have kept the beat 'em up elements and made that, like, you know, the in-between places where you're gaining XP. But yeah, strip almost all the platforming out. Like, maybe a tiny bit just to put like the hidden collectibles in. But none of the cable shit, none of the wall running shit.
Like, platforming is what's killing this game. Like, I mean, there's a lot of things killing this game, but I think the biggest thing killing this game is the platforming.
For sure.
Alright, well, I think that'll do it for Virtua Fighter then.
Yeah, Virtua Fighter's dead. Long live Virtua Fighter.
Yeah. That'll do for Virtua Fighter, that'll do it for Virtua Quest, I'll do it for any game with Virtua in the name. Virtua Cop, Virtua Tennis, all gone. All that's left is to say, folks, thanks for joining us tonight for another Game Hall of Fame. Appreciate you joining us. Let us check out the schedule real quick, see what we got coming up. Alright, so tomorrow, is it here? Is it finally the return of Dead Rising Chop Till You Drop?
Yep, 'tis the season. We need to do some Christmas shopping before it gets too late. We'll be jumping back into well, I'll be jumping back into Dead Rising Chop to You Drop on the Wii, and yeah, just to see how Frank West's been doing.
All right, well, look forward to that. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah,
I might join you for that, Johnny, because I'm around right now.
So Saturday will be Cursed Kart Racers, episode number 20, our series that is maybe going to approach an end someday, soonish. It'll be next year, but it's going to end. So, look forward to that ending. I know Cass is.
Yeah, very much so.
Monday will be our Casual Monday show, in which we play some not-so-bad games, just stuff we feel like bringing to the show. Tuesday will be episode 2 of Lord of the Rings Gollum. I'm really enjoying playing that one. So I'm looking forward a lot to that episode. I'm enjoying the game in ways that they did not intend for me to enjoy the game.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, the best kind of enjoyment. And then Thursday, we will return to Virtua Quest. I will be doing some grinding off stream. So get ready for... Maybe there'll be another highlight reel. I don't think I can do the same Anders trick twice. But we'll see. Maybe I'll come up with something else. So with that out of the way, let me just say that, hey, folks, if you like what you saw here tonight, and you would like to support us financially, then you can become a subscriber on Twitch, a member on YouTube, or a supporter on Patreon. Any or all of the above will get you access to the Patron Saints channel in our Discord, where you can vote on the direction of the show. This playthrough of Virtua Quest was a patron-voted game. I guess that's the easiest way to say it.
That's the word for it.
Yeah. But if you can't financially support us at this time, we completely understand. Feel free to join the Discord anyway. It is free to join. We got a lot of people in there. We can talk about games, talk about not games, or you can play the bad game of the month, which we have just announced that. Johnny, that is your baby. So what are we playing this month?
Yeah, for December, we are playing Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. You asked your parents for a Final Fantasy game for Xmas, and they got you one. It's the one you wanted, right? But people are having fun with it. And it is a weird one. Very, very strange take on Final Fantasy, but people are having fun with it, and yeah, I'm gonna jump into that on the weekend as well myself.
I'm kind of in the middle of another Final Fantasy right now, but I might jump in on this one myself after I'm done with that, because I actually kind of like Mystic Quest, if I remember correctly. Easy breezy. Should be nice change of pace after Myland Secret Castle from last month.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Another way to support our show is to share our YouTube channel. We have a playlist there for recommended viewing, 20 handpicked episodes that make for good onboarding if you want to show that off to people. Or if you know someone who lives in a military server that has been abandoned and they're hiding in a warehouse somewhere, let them know it's safe to come out. Let them know that we've cleared out all of the protectors there, and they can watch this episode instead to acclimate back to society. And I think that's it, right? I think all that's left is to set up the raid, which, Cass, I'll let you have the honor.
Yes, I see that Lord BBH is playing Neo Contra.
Neo Contra. Oh yeah, I've been wanting to play that for like a while. I need to get like a time and situation for that one. But
so we'll send folk that away. Please let them know that the Bad Game Hall of Fame sent you, so on, so forth, and we'll get that set up shortly.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. Stick around for the raid. And for Bad Game Hall of Fame, I have been 2-star Charky.
I've been I've been making the habit of fighting the elderly, Johnny Baghead.
And I've been Cassidy Bryant.
So, have fun, stay safe, and good night, everybody.
Bye!